So welcome, sir.
Yes, sir.
And please, we know you've been here before, but for the purposes of this interview, let's meet you again.
Everyone, my name is Sodienye Pepple. I'm the CEO and founder of Technoville Innovation Nigeria, where a technology company based in Bonny Island that is focused on digital literacy and building digital solutions.
Okay, so you've heard it now, Technoville. That name resounds heavily across south of Nigeria, even internationally, because Nigeria is like a town that has become a city, and not just a city, a cosmopolitan, beehive. Everybody is here, everybody from around Nigeria, from around Africa, from around the globe. So we are talking about Evolve 6.0. What is it about?
So Evolve is actually called the Evolve Technology Summit, and it's one of the biggest youth-driven initiatives in the city of Bonny Island, of course, championing innovation and digital inclusion in the Niger Delta and, of course, by extension, Nigeria. Evolve Technology Summit is our flagship program where we drive conversations about digital inclusion, technology, digital literacy, and of course all the emerging technologies. Bonny Island seems to be sort of like a secluded environment. If it's not oil and gas, if it's not politics, you barely hear about Bonny, and we want to change that narrative. We want to ensure that even whilst these other conversations are ongoing, there is something that also is around the world today, which is technology, and Bonny is not taking the back seat, but of course leading in the front line in technology and innovation in Nigeria, and of course by extension Africa. And that is what Evolve is about, championing that conversation.
Okay, so we understand it's in Bonny Island, so can we have more details about when this event is holding?
So the Evolve Technology Summit will be held on the 15th of November at the Ibani-Se Hall. The Ibani-Se Town Hall is one of the biggest auditorium in Bonny as it speaks, and we're expecting around 1,200 people from all walks of life, all ages and all groups to be in attendance. It would kick off on the 15th of November by 10 a.m. at the Ibani-Se Hall, and we also have an interesting lineup of activities. One of the things that people think about conferences is all talk and talk and talk and talk, but we're not just talking at this point. We're engaging, we're supporting people's dreams and ensuring that they are able to achieve 10x themselves.
Okay, so one of the things we saw online you were talking about is gaming.
Yeah.
So when people are like, are we coming there to play?
Also, we're not coming there to play games, but you see, gaming as it is evolving. Many years ago, gaming was just the fun of carrying your mobile phone or a game console and just playing game as a form of recreation activity in your house. But what we're driving with this year's Evolve is looking at gaming as a form of a career path, as a form of empowerment, right? We're saying that our people can become game developers and innovators, right? And that is one of the conversations we're having. And not just gaming, we're looking at AI, artificial intelligence, we're looking at illustrations and animations. Because you see, a lot of all these cartoons and video games require all of these people to create those kind of concepts. And that is what we're trying to achieve with this year's Evolve. Having that conversation, showing people that it is possible, and of course the people we're bringing are knowledgeable in this particular field to be able to teach the people and engage them, and of course pour them to dream.
Okay, now in the conversations around bridging the skills gap in Nigeria, the biggest challenge everybody has had is the issue of off-taking. Skills acquisition programs are held, training programs in different fields, but after the programs, the participants are given certificate of participation and then they go back home. So what are we looking at with what you have listed and what I'm sure this is like more about a conference, not these are things that Technoville has been doing over time. So what's the off-taking plan to all of this?
So you see, one of the things about digital inclusion, digital literacy and the rest is not that it held. It's in the impact of what the person who participated is doing afterwards. And another thing is when you train somebody, especially in an environment like Bonny where access to digital tools are even limited, right? While we have enough access to information and digital literacy, access to tools are things like laptops, computers and the rest that enables them to continue to pursue their careers. Those things are limited here. And what we're doing and what we've done and proven over time is when you train somebody, provide access for them, right? We have a program called the Bonny Digital Literacy Initiative Program. It is in partnership with the Youth Resource Center and it is sponsored by the Digital Innovation Department of Nigeria NND. And one of the things that we do when we're graduating those people is we give out computers, because we know that after you're done training, if you don't have something to keep you engaged, you will go back to doing nothing, and that's not what we want, right? And we've seen we've done 4 cohorts already. We're currently in the 5th cohort, and we've seen the impact of what a laptop can do in the minds of people, in the life of somebody. And we didn't just stop there, because we also realized that based on financial constraints, we may not be able to give out computers to everybody. So what we did was to set up a hub, right? Set up a hub, and in that hub we have computers, and we say, okay, after your training, you can come to our office, to the hub, and use computers at ease, do whatever it is you want to do, practice, learn. We just want to ensure that you are practicing those things that we've taught you. It's not for us, it's not about learning, it's about empowerment, it's about engagement, right? So when you learn, what are you doing after you learned? So the same thing people are thinking, okay, when I come to Evolve, would I get a computer? I cannot guarantee they're going to get a computer, but you may likely meet somebody whom you have a conversation with, and based on your conversation, the person will pick interest and want to even get you a computer. Somebody got me my first computer, right? And look at the impact of what that first computer has done for me. So I believe that when we're able to impact on people this way, the future, which was looking blank, will become something that is very feasible and interesting for people.
Okay, now stakeholding has been another aspect of what this conversation, kind of should incorporate. Now we see, like you just said, the NLNG, coming in, in partnership with the Youth Resource Center and giving support to what Technoville is doing. But there are gatekeepers, like the Amenable Bonny, the Bonny Chiefs Council, the Bonny Title Citizens, the Bonny Women Forum, Bonny Youth Federation. What is it you want to tell them about having a buy-in into what the vision, the goal of Technoville?
So, before I continue, it will also be important to say that this year's Evolve Technology Summit is not just hosted by Technoville, right? It's co-hosted by Creative Gaming Entertainment. It's a gaming lounge based in Bonny, which is very passionate about gaming technologies and gaming literacy and the rest. And we also have Car Studios. Car Studios is like a global name, but also being funded by someone from Bonny, a Bonny person. And they're also like championing animations and design, and of course in Bonny and of course beyond. So you see that this is being championed by people from Bonny, right? They're not people that are not from Bonny, as it is. What's my word to Chief Council, or respected Chief Council, and of course other organizations and leaderships in Bonny, is we really cannot do this alone. You see, the thing about Bonny is growing into a cosmopolitan society and environment, right? Metropolitan environment, and it's not one that will just be built by a fragment of people. It is one that requires everybody, regardless of office, title, whatever it is, or position, to come together. And of course, as we're planning this conference, we're reaching out to the various arms and seeing how that we can collaborate. Because we're not just looking at it as a Technoville program or as a program for people in Bonny that are in technology, but we're looking at the ripple effect across every leadership or every organization And so we're also looking forward to collaborating with all of these people, engaging with them to see how that, I mean, we can get the women involved into learning digital skills, we can get the youth, we can get the men, we can get the fisherman society, we can get the teachers, we can get everybody together, because in 2025 and going beyond, if you don't have any form of digital literacy, you know that you'll totally be cut off with the world that is coming. And this is us preparing our people for the future.
Okay, so before we let you go, a lot of youths are like accelerating about this. They are expectant. So if you were to speak to them now about Evolve 6.0, which is like a couple of weeks away, so what is it you want them to bear in mind? And that's very strong, compelling reason, motivation why they need to attend this program.
So one of the things that I did not mention is even the lineup of speakers that we have. We have incredible speakers from all across Nigeria with notable expertise and achievement. And beyond all of these people, we also will be coming in person is the Special Assistant to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on Capacity Development, Mr. Sadiq Rabi, will be coming as well with his people. What we're saying is Evolve is not a concert. Evolve is not a social gathering, right? So don't come with that mindset. But one key thing you can take away from Evolve is it would be that spark that will never go down, right? A spark that will make you dream beyond yourself. So we're asking you to come with an open mind, come to connect, come to engage, come to learn, because by the time you are done with all that you've experienced and you go back to your house, you begin to think not just about yourself and your career, but you begin to think, what can I do for Bonny? What can I do for Nigeria? What problem can I solve? Knowing that these problems exist and these problems can be solved through technology. How do I boost myself into those spaces and begin to solve those problems? So Evolve is a problem solving program, an ideation development program.